Well, yo, like I was gonna say, foremost, I thank God for all the power, that we got, that He's been giving us for all of these years to make the kind of records that we made for for everybody to enjoy and everything, and not only that, but then, as you're entertainer for a bunch of years, you end up with a bunch of diehard fans. You know what I'm saying? So I say it's the fans, the diehards, that's really, keeping our music alive and giving it that staying power.
Yeah. What you saying about the power of the smartphone, the power of the internet as well? You find it like more and more younger generations coming along?
How young you want to go?
I don't know, how young have you seen? What's the youngest generation you've seen?
There's a stockpile of younger generations than us.
Yeah.
Different phase. I mean, if you're in your 40s, that's a younger generation than us. I mean, they're kids. So there you go. The whole key is to be on top of technology, not to have technology be on top of you. So you got to kind of make sure. See, now it's very tricky because if you're not on top of these things, they could end up, enveloping and consuming you. So you just got to be up with it and use them for what it's worth, and make sure that they don't overtake your whole human being.
Yeah.
You got to be able to be in your human side. But technology and gadgets, instead of being an asset to many people, they've been used to compensate and fill a hole of their humaneness, especially with a lot of young people, because young people really don't find themselves so quick and so easy. So it's easy, especially if they're introverted, they could just get lost into a social network and never come out.
Yeah.
And that's some of the things that, so they're not really tech literate, or I should say social net literate, to be able to break away from these things as being a pacifier.
Yeah.
So we try to tell people, try to be as human as possible. When you get no service, you start cutting power, you have no battery life, they cut your air because you didn't pay the bill. For younger generations, that is really a critical happenstance that we try to say, hey, look, get back into yourself. A lot of people are outside themselves, living under their avatar.
Yeah. So what do you think of Jay-Z giving his album away via an app? Does that feel cold to you, or does that feel like the only way to directly get to like his audience?
We Public Enemy was always doing innovative things because we have always been the king of the independent movement. So we always try to find innovative ways to get it to the people. No knock against Jay-Z, but you gotta have a reason on why you did it, and you also have to have a reason on why you love the artist that you say you love. So I think it was innovative, but 10 years ago. But Jay-Z is a big corporate guy.
Yeah.
So right now, I've always had cordial things to say about him, and vice versa. But I think what we do, the platforms that we stand on, are headed towards inevitable conflict.
What do you mean?
The masses versus the king.
Yeah.
The masses of people, if you study your history, the masses of the people all should share everything. And when there's somebody sitting in a castle with a moat around them, making decisions, eating all the food, then that brings on what they call revolt. And there's so many artists out there who have not, that we fight for. So we've had cordial things to say, but when big business rears its ugly head, then you have to answer to that in order for people to all. Look, y'all all in your 20s, you want to be able to prosper in your life, but if you find your opportunities have been drained by somebody who's a quadrillionaire, and while you're trying to pay your rent, then all the rhetoric of government and politics, falls short of being reality for you, because you're like, wow. And that's just the downside of capitalism. It kind of kick people's dreams in the sewer.
Yeah.
So culture is a universal language that we're all supposed to share. So it's good that you're giving a record away for free, but you gotta end up getting a Samsung device, an Android.
Because early on in the set, you guys were talking about real hip hop. Do you think that hip hop has lost something when it's just a matter of people singing of what they've got? Because you guys have got a message. Do you think that that's a sign of hip hop getting to where it should be? Or
You
do
got to
hip-hop
answer your
not
own
something?
questions. When if you love hip hop, ask yourself why. I mean, we've done it around the world 26 years in 90 countries and 91 tours. We have our reasons. We think that it should be along the lines of Bob Marley. It should be along the lines of Bob Dylan. And also it should be along the lines of Bobby Womack and just make you pop and groove. It should be able to cover all aspects. But when it's just about I got money and you don't have money and you follow it because, you know, and that's just taking advantage of the naivety of young people. When you're supposed to, if you're an older person, you're supposed to give younger people all the goods, even in entertainment, that they can enjoy themselves. Not saying, oh, woe is me, I feel bad because I'm not rich, but my favorite rock star is rich and I'm not shit. We gotta work better at that.
I think the element of hip hop left when music started, when rap music started being created on a slow tempo, and it's just stayed there for years. You know what I'm saying? To where right now, a lot of rap music today is being created at very low tempos. You know, there's no more of that wave your hands in the air, wave it like you just don't care. Everybody say, oh, you know, that hip hop, you know, something that makes you want to get out there and break dance. You know what I'm saying? Rap music has lost that element right now. You know what I'm saying? Mainly over in America. You know what I'm saying? It's still kind of alive over here in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that I can say about Europeans, man, hey, they're gonna stay breakdancing no matter what. You know what I'm saying? No matter how new the time is, but that's one part of time that just ain't gonna fade away. You know, and that's what I commend y'all for. You know what I'm saying? Sticking with the fun part of music. You know what I'm saying? And the whole nine. And I think it really needs to be put back. You know what I'm saying? This record that I did for our album called 31 Flavors, that's real hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's not too many hip hop records out there right now. Not too many hip hop, but there's some great rap records. Lil Wayne is making good rap records. Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Ludacris, and you know, Jeezy, and Kendrick Lamar, and I mean, it's a lot. It's Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? 50 Cent, all of them, they making great. Snoop, everybody's making great rap records, but it's not hip hop.